Oh, we need an ambulance. There's been a death.
Alright, so what do we already know?
The victim was Ernest Jameson. He made a fair bit of cash from that Greensboro investing thing. He was having a family reunion. 5 people were invited.
Right, the daughter, son, 2 friends, and the caretaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Forensics has already been through, so we'll get the report soon.
Good. That should be enough information to get started with. We should probably introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
You must be the detectives. The other team said you'd be around.
Indeed. I am D.I. Wes Masey, and this is my partner, D.I. Florence Arnett.
Well, I'm glad you're here. It's been a very distressing morning, and I hope you guys can find answers to everything. I'm Natalie, by the way, Natalie Bart, the caretaker.
Okay, and this is the study where he was found dead, so. Is that a drink? But he was drinking with his whole family here? It's kind of weird, what do you think?
I don't know, maybe he was avoiding his family. No, that's a pretty crazy conclusion to jump to. I mean, I don't know, maybe he just has a tradition of having a late night drink to, ease him into sleep. You know what I don't see here, actually? I don't see any sign of a struggle. I mean, why would Mr. Jameson just drop dead in his chair? The report said he was old, but, I mean, dying of a heart attack on the spot is pretty rare, even for an old guy.
Wes, I think I found a will.
Why would there be a will on his desk?
Yeah, anyone could see it, right?
Yeah, what? I mean,
Okay,
alright, let's keep it for now.
Yeah, we'll take it with us. I'll take
Yeah.
pictures of the
Good
room
idea.
as well.
Hey, doesn't this look like a journal?
Yeah, actually it does.
I've gathered everyone in the sitting room like you asked. If you'll please follow me.
Yeah, great.
Hello, my name is D.I. Florence Arnett. This is my partner D.I. Wes Masey, and we are going to be officers investigating the death of Mr. Jameson.
We're going to need to interview each of you individually to figure out what might have happened to each of you that night and to figure out any suspicions that you may have. If you all cooperate, hopefully we can be out of your hair pretty soon.
We understand this is a very trying time for you, so please talk to us. Don't keep anything a secret. Let's get this figured out.
I guarantee we will figure out who killed Mr. Jameson, and if they're hiding any secrets, we'll find them.
So, it was definitely murder? Yes, it was, Miss Martin. It appears to be homicide. We can't really tell you much other than that, but...
And during our time here, just so that we don't lose any of you, you will not be allowed outside the city limits
Until we have finished everything related to this case.
But wait, I have a flight
Not
tomorrow.
anymore, you don't.
Right. Let's begin.
So what is your name and relationship to the victim?
Marcy Jameson, daughter.
Paul Jameson, son.
Kevin Leary, friend and attorney to Ernest.
June Leary, I was one of Ernest's friends.
Natalie Bart. I'm Mr. Jameson's caregiver.
Right, and would you be willing to give us a brief summary as to why you're here?
Well, Dad wanted a small group of us to come out to the family estate for a gathering, because we haven't really seen him since COVID, but of course there had to be a huge ulterior motive. There always is.
My father said that this was going to be a family gathering, but in reality, he was presenting us with a new will. A radically different one.
As I said before, I'm an old friend of Ernest, and when he asked me if I could present him a new will, of course I obliged.
Well, Ernest asked Kevin to write up a new will, and of course I was asked to join him. And anyway, I was very close with Ernest and Beth. Rest their souls.
I'm always here. I've been taking care of Ernest for many years now.
he's always been good to me.
Mm-hmm. And do you know any reason that someone would want to kill Mr. Jameson? Not that I can think of. I mean, he had the usual family troubles, of course, but nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing that anyone would kill him over.
What? No, I mean, we loved my father. The will change was unexpected, sure, but nothing worth killing him over.
Ernest was a wonderful man. I'm sure he ruffled a few feathers in the past, but not enough for someone to wish him dead.
Of course not. Ernest and Beth were lovely. Ernest did everything for Beth. I mean, he was a great man, but he wasn't perfect. I'm sure everyone here has had their run-in with him. I mean, I certainly don't trust him entirely.
Why?
Because, let's just say, him changing the will isn't the strangest thing he's done in the past 3 years.
How exactly was that will changed?
I can definitely take you through that.
Just a summary for the moment, if you don't mind. We can come back to that later.
Well, I
I
never
never
got to
actually got to
actually
see
see
his
the will,
will,
but there were certain
There were certain things implied. It was expected that I would be taking over the company because, well, I've been working up to it for the past several years, and that my sister and I would be
splitting the house, and we would each get a large sum of money, but
Ernest altered his will to give nearly all of his funds to various charity organizations, except for about $50,000 to each of his kids.
I see. And this was an unexpected change?
yes.
completely.
Natalie, what has Ernest done in the last 3 years that you consider strange? Well, there isn't any proof, just a few odd things.
Natalie, please. Anything can help, so...
I think he killed his wife.
What?
I won't say anything else unless you stop recording. Right. Well, as the caretaker, I'm tasked with tasks to make the Jamesons' life easier. I've been working with them for about 8 years now, and I got to know Beth very well. But about a year before she died, she became very ill, and I was the one who was supposed to get her medicines ready and bring them to her.
How sick was she?
She was still strong enough to do activities, but it was getting worse. But what was weird was that about 2 weeks before her death, Mr. Jameson made me give him charge of her medicine. She was doing okay, and then she wasn't. I thought maybe he had stopped giving her medicine, so I told the children, but nothing came of it because
COVID struck, so no one could actually check. Why didn't you bring this to police?
I guess I was scared. I didn't think I had enough evidence.
Well, thank you for telling us, Natalie. Just give us a moment. What was that?
It was a preliminary toxicology report and a preliminary coroner's report.
Okay, and?
There was whiskey in the glass and his prescribed heart medication, so it wasn't poison.
Okay, but how'd he die then?
Sudden cardiac arrest between the hours of 11:30 and 1.
So it could be natural.
That's what I thought, but there's bruises on his wrists and knees. Shows that he would have fallen.
Well, we found him in a chair.
Exactly.
Okay, so we need to find someone who has the motive and the opportunity between the hours of 11:30 and 1 last night. We need to find out where everybody was. Where were you between the hours of 11:30 and 1 last night?
I suppose I just finished up giving Mr. Jameson his medication, and then I went to the kitchen to wash up, and I was in bed by 12:30. Well, I was in the sitting room with Paul and Kevin, and then I went to bed around 12:30.
I had been sitting with Paul, talking with him for a while, and then around 12:30, June and I went to bed.
I'd been in the sitting room for a little while with Kevin when June came in. I don't remember the time exactly. It was somewhere around 12. And then she and Kevin left pretty soon after that. And then Marcy came in a little bit after, and she and I hung out and talked like siblings do. She mentioned something about a conversation that she'd had with our father the day before, because she got there before everyone else. And then we went up, I think it was somewhere between 12:30 and 1.
Well, I was in my room sulking a little after the will reading, but after everything quieted down a little bit, I went to hang out with Paul. I'm not sure what time it was when I went down, but I do know it was 1 when I went up because he noticed how late it had gone.
And how is Mr. Jameson's health, specifically his heart?
Over the past few years, it's been getting a lot worse. more doctor's visits and the like.
He'd certainly gotten frailer the past couple years, especially since Beth died. She'd taken such great care of him. Her death had a massive effect on him.
Since Beth died, it was quite rough. She really cared for him.
He'd been sick recently, so a lot of responsibilities fell on me. But I always made sure that he had a bottle of nitroglycerin at him at all times.
Okay, you're free to go.
I think we should go back to the station and organize ourselves.
I wholeheartedly agree.
So, we have a daughter and a son who are disgruntled about the will changing, even though the lawyer says that there was thought put into it. Sorry, where does the wife come into all this?
What did the caretaker say about her?
She said that it was Ernest himself who killed her.
What's her evidence?
Confusing circumstances? I mean, she was told to give Ernest all of the medicine for Beth, like days before she died.
That's really suspicious. And what was that about nitroglycerin?
Oh, there was a bottle of nitroglycerin that was around Ernest at all times.
I didn't see a bottle.
No, you're right, neither did I.
We should go back there and look for it.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow's a new day.
Ah, detective. It's a beautiful day today, isn't it?
Oh, it is, Paul. I have a couple of follow-up questions from our initial meeting. I hope you don't mind.
Of course. Ask me anything, detective.
Could you tell me about the suspicions that Natalie had about your father a couple of years ago?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Please work with me here, Paul. It'll make this all much easier if you just talk to me.
What I mean to say is that Natalie is suspicious of everything. She once thought that my father was going to get a cat to keep Marcy away because she's slightly allergic, and Natalie found a cat hair on my father's pants.
And why would he want Marcy gone?
Like I said, it's preposterous. Marcy's only slightly allergic anyway, just gets a little bit sniffly.
Well, Paul, the suspicions that Natalie told me are a bit more intense than Mr. Jameson just buying a cat.
Oh?
Natalie told me that she believes that your father is responsible for the death of your mother.
That suspicion.
So, you don't think her claims have any evidence?
Look, my mother died at the start of COVID, and Marcy and I both knew that she was getting more ill. It did come as a shock that she died so quickly, but...
Wow, I'm sorry, that must have been tough, especially since there wasn't a funeral.
It was really hard. That's what I thought this gathering was going to be. A little memorial.
Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, one more thing. Do you know anything about your father's nitroglycerin?
Yeah, Natalie made sure he always had it on him.
Thank you, Paul. You've been very helpful.
Mrs. Leary, I have some extra questions for you.
Of course.
What was your relationship with Ernest's wife?
Beth? Oh, we were friends since college. We did everything together.
So you two were in the same COVID social circle then?
Yes.
Alright. So what do you know about her death?
I thought this investigation was into Ernest's death.
We're just following all lines of inquiry.
Well, yes, I was around when she began to decline.
And the caretaker said that that shift into decline was quite sudden when Ernest took care of the medicine. Did you notice that?
Did she?
You didn't notice?
I
Where were you between the hours of 11:30 and midnight last night?
I was talking to Ernest.
Were you now? Didn't mention it.
It's complicated.
Well, I have time. And you not saying anything makes me more suspicious. Do you understand that?
Okay, but don't judge me or Ernest. We were just doing what Beth said was best.
Elaborate on that.
And don't tell the kids because they don't know.
Don't know what.
Beth was diagnosed with terminal breast cancer a few months before she died.
I see.
And she told Ernest and I that she wasn't going to take her treatments and she was getting older and it would put unnecessary stress on Ernest. So she said that she wasn't going to take them and she just told us to let the cancer And she was given an experimental chemo pill, but she said that she wouldn't take it even if we pleaded, and it would just be easier if we helped her.
Well, thank you for telling me. I only have one more question.
Yes.
Do you know anything about Ernest's nitroglycerin?
Oh, yes, he carried a bottle everywhere as his heart condition began to deteriorate. He was at higher risk of a heart attack, so.
Well, thank you.
Miss Jameson, we have some follow-up questions if you have time.
I've got time. Fire away.
Well, we heard about a conversation that you had with your father on the first day of the gathering. Can you tell us about that?
I just wanted to ask him why he'd invited us all.
Why?
It's not like him to have a family gathering. I knew there had to be something going on. I just didn't know what. He kept saying we'd find out the next day, and find out we did.
So you two were already in a bad mood before the family gathering?
I guess you could say that.
Did you ever hear about any suspicions that Natalie might have had about your father killing your mother?
Natalie was always suspicious. She was a very caring person, so when anything didn't go according to plan, she got scared.
Yet, she was worried anyways.
I do have to say, I was a little bit worried myself, especially with COVID. My father and mother didn't have the best relationship. They broke up when I was little. They fought a lot, and then they got back together. I was always worried that it would take a turn for the worse.
Okay. Well, we have only one last question. Do you know anything about your father's nitroglycerin?
He always was very worried about his nitroglycerin for his heart attacks. So he only let Natalie touch it, so it would never be misplaced.
Thank you, you've been very helpful.
So what'd you get from June?
Well, Ernest didn't kill his wife. She died from natural causes, which she let her die. So. And if June was right, which she was the closest with Beth, then, what'd you get from Paul?
Well, he loved his father quite a lot. He also was quite uncomfortable talking about Natalie's suspicions.
Well, I don't know, something seems off about her. She just is a little too ready to answer questions. Like, she's answering before the question was even being asked.
Yeah, and she also has the weakest alibi. I think right now she's our top suspect.
Well, whatever. We have to find that nitroglycerin, okay? Because there has to be some form of evidence.
I'll look outside the window. Maybe someone tossed it out.
If Marcy is right, then we have our killer, Natalie. She was the only person that had that bottle.
You're right. I think, let's meet up again in an hour and we'll discuss our findings.
All right, I'll be in the study looking for evidence. All right, come on, there's gotta be something that I missed. There's gotta be something here, come on. Show me. Marcy, we've had our disagreements in the past. I know that you'll never forgive me for how often your mother and I fought. I want to meet with you tonight and explain myself. Explain about everything.
Find this bottle. If I do, it's case closed. There's gotta be fingerprints on it. No way. Is that... I need to show this to Florence.
Where were you 2 nights ago?
When we went to bed, your room looked barely touched, so you weren't sulking.
That's an exaggeration. I just had to have a talk with Dad.
Did you?
No! I just had to have a private discussion with him. I didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, fine. I'll believe you for now, but I can't keep covering for you, Marcy.
Fine.
Man, Florence is gonna eat this up.
Wes! I found some important information that I think you want to know.
What did you find?
You go first.
Well, I found these, and I overheard a pretty interesting conversation between Paul and Marcy.
Well, I found a note from Ernest to Marcy saying that they were going to have a meeting that night, the night he died, and I found this. It's a log of every digital conversation Ernest has ever had with Paul, Marcy, Kevin, and June. Perfectly organized.
I see. I heard about that meeting between Ernest and Marcy, too, so it must have happened.
So she was the last one to see Ernest live. You have to get that fingerprinted.
I think I have a fingerprinting kit in the backseat of the car. I'll go get it. You get Natalie together, everyone together.
Oh, always one for the theatrics. Well?
There's 3 sets of fingerprints on this. Ernest, Marcy's, and Natalie's. I feel like this should be our last piece of evidence.
All right, then.
Is that the binder?
No, I threw out the binder. Yes, of course it's the binder.
Look here. Marcy's relationship with her father's been rocky for years. I mean...
You never cared for this family, and your silence only makes you more guilty. June 28th, 2020.
Look, I have a theory. I think if we accuse her, she'll just admit to it.
Yeah, but what if we're wrong, Wes?
Look, trust your gut. That's what the inspector always says.
Look, you're right, there's a lot of evidence, okay? She's overwhelmingly suspicious. Let's go.
What is this? Some sort of Agatha Christie rounds up the killer presentation?
Actually, Paul, that's exactly what this is.
In the past couple of hours, we've come across some evidence that has given us suspicion beyond reasonable doubt as to which one of you killed Mr. Jameson.
Now, to go through the theatrics and our probably 80% accurate idea of what happened to Mr. Jameson, if any of you would like to volunteer yourselves now, you can save everyone else the show. Very well. Let's begin.
Everyone here knows that Mr. Jameson had been in poor health as of late, and as a result, he always had a bottle of nitroglycerin on him. Now, what a surprise when we never found that bottle of nitroglycerin on him, or anywhere in the study. It was as if he'd forgotten to bring it with him, or as if, perhaps,
someone had taken it from him.
Now, thanks to one of our interviews, we found that Ernest would never let anyone but himself, or Natalie, touch that bottle of nitroglycerin.
So, we went looking for the bottle. And look at what we found lying on the ground outside the study window.
And if you needed more proof that this was not just a heart attack gone wrong, Mr. Jameson was found with bruises on his knees and his wrists where he fell. Yet, he was found in his chair as if he died in his sleep.
So, this is how we see it playing out. The killer and Mr. Jameson get into a fight or some other action that excites Mr. Jameson too much, causing a heart attack. As he grapples with the pill bottle, the killer, out of anger or fear, kicks the bottle out of his hand, leading him to die. Then, this time definitely out of panic, they reposition him in his chair, then throw the pills out the window.
So, who was it? Who killed my father?
You were the only one who had access to the medicine.
Stop, Paul. Wasn't her. No. Only one person in this room has been furious with Ernest to the point where they hadn't had a single good interaction with him for years. In fact, it was almost surprising that they even came to this gathering in the first place. The person who murdered Mr. Jameson, even if they maybe didn't intend to on that fateful night, was you, Marcy.
This is preposterous. Why would I kill my own...
Oh, why would you? That's what's been bugging me. You see, I don't think your relationship with Mr. Jameson has been good for many years now.
Plenty of people have strained familial relationships. They don't end in murder.
True, but most don't have someone who feels so protective of the others in the family that they would threaten their own father.
How do you know about it?
Ernest kept a log of every conversation he had with his children through text, email, or letters. Some of those letters even date back to when you were a teenager, Marcy.
His organization did make everything easier.
And so, in a picture painted by your letters and through a note found under his desk, and the fingerprints on the bottle of the pills, I believe a story begins to form. In a journal in Mr. Jameson's study, he said that his relationship with you was rocky at best since your brother was born. There begins the anger and sadness.
Bitterness only grew when your parents split.
He never treated my mother well.
So, even after they got back together, you never really did forgive him.
You always loved your mother a lot, didn't you?
She cared for me more than my father ever did.
So, it's plausible that when Natalie came to you with suspicions that he might have killed your mother, you believed her.
I thought it could be possible, yes.
So when he called a family gathering, you finally got an opportunity for answers.
I know it's not just some family gathering, so cut the crap and tell me what's going on.
Marcy, you'll find out everything tomorrow.
So there is a scheme. It's not just to see your family and friends. Why does everything you do have to have an ulterior motive?
It is a family gathering. I wanted to take the opportunity to...
To what? Ugh, you always do this. I should have known. I shouldn't have come.
Marcy, stop. You'll find out everything tomorrow. I want to talk more with you after anyway. Here, we can talk tomorrow night.
So you agreed to meet with him the next day. Then, out of nowhere, he announces the changes to the will, and your brother and you get almost nothing compared to what was originally promised.
So your suspicions were confirmed. Your father never loved your family.
So you went to see him that night.
Marcy, please, you don't understand.
You're right, I don't.
I didn't kill your mom.
It's just a coincidence that when you took over the medication, she died?
No, it wasn't.
So you admit it. You don't give a fuck about us. Even giving to those charities. It isn't because you care about the causes they serve. It's because you want to look good when you die.
Marcy, please calm down.
I will not be calm with someone who only pretends to love his family and friends.
Marcy, you need to listen to me. It's more
No,
complicated.
I've heard enough. You broke my mother's heart, you never cared about me, you now admitted to killing her, and you didn't let Paul take over your legacy.
Marcy, please listen.
You never did anything for us.
You didn't mean to kill him, you were just in a fit of anger and threw logic out the window. It was too much for Mr. Jameson's heart.
So, to try and hide that evidence, you threw the pill bottle out the window too. And repositioned Mr. Jameson in his chair, knocking over the glass for good measure to make it look like it was all natural.
And it could have worked if his knees and wrists hadn't been bruised from him falling, and if Natalie hadn't mentioned the nitroglycerin.
Is there anything we're missing?
I didn't mean to kill him.
Oh my god, how could... You said you didn't!
I told you that to protect you, Paul. Please, please.
Miss Jameson, if you'd come with us, please.
So, that's it then?
That's it.
No explanation about our mother?
It's not our place to say.